Welcome to episode 21 of the Dreamhills 2 Dreamhills podcast. Some great news. The beach bars are coming back. The Orola Town Hall, they can cash in on this actually, because the people that have won the bid for it are actually Chirinquitos del Sol again. They paid a total of €391,000, and that's for the next 4 years. The race is now on actually to get all the contracts sorted out. Chirinquitos del Sol, they were actually advised on Wednesday that they had won the contract. Now it's up to them now to provide the various documents for the Public Contracts Committee to check. These are deposit guarantee, proof of solvency and various other little contracts that they've got to do. If this is all in order, then the contract will have to be then officially awarded by the local government committee, and then the contract can be signed and the service is able to start. The latest news is that it most probably will not happen until at least the 10th of August, maybe sooner, just depends on how quickly they want to get the contract sorted out and signed. But at least good news for the beach bars coming back. That'll help everybody, including all the visitors that we get during August, and also for all the locals. So some good news, at least anyway. So let's get down there and enjoy those beach bars once again, as I say, from the middle of August by the sound of it. There's going to be a move to boost some legal holiday lets. It's a new initiative, and that was presented this week, and it's designed to give tourists the actual tools to be able to choose the legal properties. The Regional Secretary for Tourism in Valencia, Francesco Colomar, explained that they are supporting a scheme launched by the Regional Consumers Association, AVACU. Senor Colomar said their aim is to allow visitors to let tourist apartments with all the legal guarantees which a consumer should have. The regional government are going to hand a €56,000 grant to AVACU to help with the initiative, which will run until November. They're going to be placing radio adverts, slogans on buses, publicity banners in strategic places, etc. They said the campaign, which has been named AVACU Turismi, has two key components. These are to provide security in case something goes wrong at an apartment, and registered properties to guarantee high standards for tourists. Said that the more and more it is the youngsters in a family who are given the job of finding an option for a holiday, and AVACU will be trying to reach them with their campaign. They also continue to form partnerships in the fight against illegal holiday lets. He noted that with AVACU they are working with an entity with a proven track record in the defence of consumers' rights. And their aim is to promote enjoyable tourism experiences and to try to prevent frustrating problems which can occur with some accommodations. He also noted that the new tourism law, approved at the beginning of the summer, is their mainstay in the fight against illegal letting, with large fines now awaiting those who commit irregularities. Some fiestas coming up now, especially this time of year. There's going to be a fiesta in Ciudad Casada. We all know where that is. And that's going to start from Sunday, July the 29th, where they have a traditional giant paella with a bar service. This is well known. It's quite a good fiesta. A big, massive paella for everybody to tuck into. So if you want to go along to this fiesta, please do. As I say, it runs from Sunday, July the 29th through to Sunday, August the 3rd. Most of the nights they do have a disco, which they not end until 5:30 in the morning. So some good dancing there maybe for anybody, I don't know. Enjoy yourselves if you want to. There's going to be some free classical music in August as well. It's the 6th International Youth Orchestra Festival, and they'll see musicians from around Europe and Asia congregating in Torrevieja from August the 1st to the 6th. All the performances will take place at the town's International Auditorium, and the music starts on Wednesday with the Thailand National Youth Orchestra, followed by the Amber Youth Orchestra from Poland. Various other young talents there are going to be playing classical music as well. So if you do like your classical music and symphony orchestras, then get along to the auditorium and enjoy yourself. Admission to all concerts, which commence at 8 o'clock, is free until the venue is full. So if you do want to get in there, get along early, just in case it gets full. Otherwise they will close and you won't be able to get in. Some concerning news really. Measles jabs are going to be recommended for anybody to travel to the UK. They're saying that outbreaks in Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Greece and Romania have led Spanish paediatricians to recommend vaccinations for babies up to a year old. I haven't heard much about this, to be honest. I haven't had any outbreaks of measles or anything like that at all. But as it says, from kids up to the age of 1, they are now saying that you should have a measles jab if you are going to go back to the UK at all. Initial symptoms include fever, often greater than 40 degrees centigrade, cough, runny nose and inflamed eyes. Small white spots, known as Koplik spots, may form inside the mouth 2 or 3 days after the start of the symptoms. 9 out of 10 people who are not immune and share living space with an infected person will catch it. And so most people in the UK, when they before they went over to Spain and lived there or anything like that at all, they've always had their measles injections anyway. But they have said the committee reminds doctors that many of these countries are traditional summer holiday destinations for Spanish tourists, and the risk of catching measles is very high. So just be careful and just remember that you may need to get injections. Most of us, I'd expect, wouldn't need them, but you never know. There's been some more stings from jellyfish. Some people say that it's the Portuguese man of war, but they're actually saying that this time of year now it is too hot, actually hot for the Portuguese man of war to survive in the long periods in the Med, and that the person who got stung off the Santa Pola on Sunday may not have been a Portuguese man of war. As I said, just keep aware. You never know whether they are still about or not. We don't think they are. I haven't heard any more reports of any, so just keep an eye out anyway. Torrevieja, they're aiming to cut down the plastic use through an information campaign that the water is safe to drink. It's a campaign to inform residents and tourists that tap water is safe to drink has been launched by Torrevieja Town Hall and the Achimed Water Company. Deputy Mayor Fanny Serrano said that they will be passing on tips to residents and organising water tasting sessions. They are hoping to reduce unnecessary use of plastic bottles in the municipality. Our tap water is good quality and perfect to drink. She added that it was desirable for people to do so, and much cheaper than buying bottles. She admitted that many people refuse to drink tap water due to the taste of chlorine. However, there are ways of reducing this. The chlorine quickly evaporates, she said, and the bottles should then be placed in the fridge. So basically she's saying that tap water should be run into a glass bottle, then shaken and left to settle without a top on. People can also add a couple of drops of lemon to improve the taste of the water. She noted that Torrevieja's water is classed as being of medium hardness, with the hardness of water depending on the amount of calcium in it. The more it contains, the harder the water is. Water tasting sessions will be held at La Mata Market on Wednesday mornings and next to tourist information points in Avenida de los Marianos on Fridays from 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock. People who take part will be given water which has come from different sources and told about the different qualities. They'll initially be blindfolded so they don't know the origin of the water. She also noted that they're also answering one of the most frequently asked questions at municipal tourist offices, which is, can we drink the water? Amazingly enough, the amount of actually big bottles and sort of 8 litre bottled waters that everybody has in their house and puts outside. It is quite amazing that a lot of people don't drink the tap water and do tend to have the bottled water. I don't know why that is. Most probably because of what they call the dicky tummy when you go over to Spain, especially if you've lived in the UK for a while and that your stomach isn't really set for it. But as I say, Torrevieja, they're saying their water is safe to drink. There's a scheme going to be outlined for a site in south of Torrevieja for camper vans. I don't know about you, I have seen quite a lot of camper vans parked around the coast, especially during the high summer months. Now, these are illegally parked, they shouldn't actually be there. And he also, so that they're basically saying, let's build a site in the south of Torrevieja. So the mayor, Jose Manuel Dolon, he gave a press conference this week to talk about the thorny issue of motorhomes, with hundreds of complaints made each year over illegal parking at seafront sites along Torrevieja's coastline. He noted that residents in the south of the municipality have been informed of the plan, and it seems they are not in favour. The mayor compared the residents' rebuff to the situation with the dog beaches, in which there are detractors and supporters. Signor Dolon referred to the law governing camper vans, which was drawn up by the previous regional government. He said this states that motorhomes can only spend a maximum of 48 hours at sites which have been specifically designed for them. He says that he understands from this that stays in areas which have not been purpose-built would have to be much shorter, which is not the case at the moment in many coastal areas and other zones of the municipality. The mayor said that Torrevieja is obliged to uphold the law, the same as other town halls. He also noted that sometimes camper van owners cause damage to the environment, as well as presenting a poor image of the town in the areas they congregate in, such as Punta Saleret and Torre del Morro, which they take over public land, which belongs to everyone. At the same time, he explained that he was asked for a detailed report from the local police and council departments, so they can take measures to regulate the type of tourism. As I said, I have noticed quite a few camper vans parked around the local areas. And, they are there for a lot longer than 48 hours, everybody knows that. There's going to be a weather station installed at the council office at Pinar de Campoverde. This is by the Valencian Meteorological Agency, Avamet. It's going to provide real-time data on temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speeds, wind direction and atmospheric pressure. It also has a webcam monitoring the Sierra Escalona Mountains. The aim is to use the data to launch weather warnings and estimate damage in the event of heavy rain or severe weather episodes. And talking about the weather, just as you've been having there in the Costa Blanca, it's been very, very hot here as well. So hot it's been really quite difficult to sleep at night. We're going to have some thunderstorms this week in the UK, which hopefully will cool it down a little bit. But then next week it's presumed to go back up into the 27 to 28 degrees. Now I know this isn't as warm as it is over there in the Costa Blanca and the Dreamhills area, but for us in the UK it is extremely hot. But anyway, nice to actually have some weather like this. We don't usually get it here. As we know, this time of the year is the time that all of the bars and the cafes, restaurants do try and make most of their money. So please support all of your bars and restaurants around the area. Soraya Bar down at the Dreamhills 2 Commercial Centre. The Cozy Corner, which is the new bar up at Via Park 3, which is doing really, really well. Also CK1 and all of the other bars, the bar next door. The Lime Bar, as everybody knows, and also the bars and restaurants down at and cafes down at the Via Park 5 with JJ's Cafe Bar. She's got some really nice little backpacks at the moment that she's ordered in, and also some really nice tablecloths with some stars on there as well. So go down, support all of your areas, please. It does help them And as most people do say, if you don't use it, you will lose it. So please support them if you can. Also, any of the establishments, if they want to sponsor the podcast by having their name mentioned at the beginning, in the middle, and during the end of the podcast, then they're quite welcome to. Please get back to me at dreamhillspodcast@btinternet.com. Also, just a quick note about the Fiesta on the 18th of August for Dreamhills 2 area. Tickets are selling well, and it looks like it's going to be a really good event again this year. If you haven't got your tickets yet, please look at the notices on the post boxes, and they will tell you where you'll be able to get your tickets from. The price will include music, but it will also include a hog roast or paella, I believe. But if you get back to anybody on the notice boards, then you'll be able to get your ticket from them. Once again, thank you for listening to this podcast, and I'll speak to you all again next week sometime. Bye-bye.